Grrr! Hey you guys, it is William calling from Wiwibloggs, and Switzerland has revealed their Eurovision 2022 singer. It is Marius Bear, and that is why we are growling here in the house of Wiwi. Devon!
Hey William.
Should we talk about it?
Let's do this!
The song is Boys Don't Cry, and this is how Marius describes it. I don't regard being able to show your feelings as a weakness, but as a great strength. I learned very early on that I don't need to be ashamed of my feelings. As a man, I'm not afraid to cry and to lay bare my weaknesses to my audience. I don't want to wear emotional armor. I want to be who I am, and I want to encourage my audience to do the same. The timing couldn't be better. I'm really looking forward to it. It's such an honor for me to represent Switzerland in Turin and to follow in the footsteps of Luca Hany and John's Tears. Those two have set the bar pretty high. All right, hitting play. Wow, right into it. Boom.
Wow. Rag and bone.
Ooh. Jazzy, smooth, deep. Oh my gosh, he can sing.
Hey Marius.
I love this deep voice. Very sweet.
Oh yeah. He's got a very mature voice. Like the greats, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra.
I'm getting a Ray Charles vibe.
Reminds me a little bit of Roger Cicero from Germany.
Oh. There's a nice bluesy quality.
Sure they do. I can relate, girl.
This is very tender, very honest, very authentic. God, he can sing. He can really sing.
This is beautiful, it's simple, it's heartwarming.
Yes, don't be afraid of that wolf. Give that wolf a banana.
This is coming out of his diary, you know, singer-songwriter feeling.
Oh, no.
Very Pinterest, you know, unveiling his feelings, wearing his heart on his sleeve.
It seems so easy for him, effortless. Oh.
Boys do cry.
This is so thoughtful.
Oh, I like that imagery. The confetti and him carrying this sort of... Oh, that was beautiful. Cardboard little boy.
Show yourself.
Do...
Oh, that's lovely. That did not feel like 3 minutes. That really didn't. That whizzed by. Okay, there's a lot to discuss here. The sound is so easy. It just sounds so easy. Like he's standing there. He's not having to belch out. He's not having to force anything. The music is just flowing from him. You could see him just standing there on the mountain. Say he's on the Matterhorn, and he could just belt it out, and you would hear him in a Ricola commercial, right? Ricola. There's power. I love how easy it is for him. And what comes out is really beautiful. I kept hearing like Ray Charles, Georgia on my mind, like this soulful, bluesy, almost sensuous, but not sensual or sexual, just this gritty manliness. I love the combination of the manliness. He's solid, you know, he's strong, he's standing there like, and yet it's so tender and so sweet. it's just really impactful. Like, not every song has to be a yes, queen, slay moment. Sometimes it can just be a really quiet, like, oh my God, that really slays and like punches me in my stomach.
You are emoting a lot, my goodness. The House of Switzerland is... Funnily enough, I'm traveling to Switzerland tomorrow for holiday. So this is really perfect timing. Right. Marius Bear, good old Pocket Bear. He's from Appenzell in Switzerland, and he's been a busker, singer-songwriter, but he's had success in the charts and stuff. I mean, his album was a staple in the Swiss charts. It was top 20, and it's got critical acclaim. And of course, this music is no different. I think it's wonderful when, Marius Bear is this young, emerging artist from Switzerland who is very well respected within industry circles. But at the same time, there's a very strong, mature flavor to his vocal, He sounds very seasoned, very tried, very tested, very, This sounds like the sort of song that... Actually, no, this song sounds current, but it is delivered with a voice that knows it all, been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt.
I think this video is excellent and gets at the artistry and creativity that will be at their disposal. He's not trying to be some, I don't know, uber polished pop star like in designer everything. I like the look. This is like simple, it's accessible, it's approachable. He's got his earring going on, is it a crucifix, I think? It's just, he's got a look. It's like strong, but it's not overly manicured. And also in the video, the storytelling, this is just so sweet. You see this child who I'm gonna assume is Marius as a little bear. So you've got Marius Big Bear and Marius Little Bear. And the little bear, in his fake armor made of cardboard, all these bad things happen to him. This girl rejects him when he's giving her like cotton candy, being so sweet and tender. And she's like, bye, Felicia. And it's really heartbreaking. You're like, oh, and then his parents are fighting at the dinner table, and they've got these two cans, so they're communicating, but it's not a clear signal. They're not really communicating, or maybe they're not listening to each other, and he's caught in the middle yet again. And let me tell you, cardboard armor, it doesn't really protect you. It's made of cardboard, honey. And so it's like they poured water on the cardboard, and he's like, oh, but you know what? By the end of the video, with Big Bear looking back at Little Bear, he's saying, Little Bear, it's okay to cry. It's just very tender and very relatable. This song doesn't have huge crescendos and huge dips and huge swells. And normally I'm always yapping about, I need peaks and valleys, I need to take it high, you need to take me low, blah, blah, blah. But this works because the changes and progression, yes, there are changes in production and like the instrumentation subtly, but for me, it's more about the emotional progression, because there is an emotional progression. For me, there's an emotional story that's intoxicating and draws you in, and it's very tender, it creates a mood and it grips you. That did not feel like 3 minutes, as I said. It felt like 90 seconds. Switzerland, based on the past two entries, Luca Hani, When She Go Low, and John's Tears, like all the moving platforms, they know how to do staging. They can do Euro Club banger, they can do avant-garde, artistic, I'm a clown at a Renaissance, castle. This, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I think that they can make this really impactful, a show of light, something intimate, showing us those eyes, show us the earring. These memorable moments, this is gonna work on the stage. If this is tasteful, this could be quietly show-stopping, if that makes sense. You don't have to have that big note, that key change in the bridge. You can have something that's just really nice and sweet and tender, especially at a time where there's so much ugliness that we're seeing in the news, on TV, everywhere, not post-pandemic, we're in the pandemic, but over the past 2 years, these difficult 2 years, all the ugliness we've seen. I think this tender sweetness will be kind of a stealth threat, and under the radar kind of, I'm here, you may not be shouting about me, but I'm here and I'm gonna climb the scoreboard.
As much as I like it, I also recognize it's a little boring. it's you've got to be in the right headspace for it. Right now, I want to party. Give me Chanel. Yeah. But for reflective moments, this has its value. It's got depth, but it's also a little too serious. It doesn't really straddle. It's moving into that serious singer-songwriter quality. Somebody with merit, somebody with like a musician's musician, a musician's music. People that really value musicians. This is not, but actually it's also sort of slightly radio friendly. But I think there's just been such an assault of this kind of music in recent years, so it feels a bit overdone. And it's not really bringing anything new to that vein. However, what it is bringing is a personal story. And this is a story that he can deliver well because it's his story and he connects to it. He's a songwriter here and he delivers it quite well.
Some people will think it's boring. Yes, some people will think that. But some people said Salvador Sobral was boring, and guess what? He won the Eurovision Song Contest. You just, you don't know. It's all about tapping into the mood and the moment. My gut says this is not the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest. However, I do see this as a qualifier, and I do see this potentially doing well if they give it good staging.
It is touching. I think staging will be crucial and critical in terms of how this is presented. I think you have to handle this very delicately.
I think if it's too simple, it may get boring, but I think a song like this can be pure and crisp with some kind of visual moment. Then we're gonna be climbing, honey. Also, I think the title is instantly kind of gripping. There was, of course, that movie with Hilary Swank, Boys Don't Cry. You hear this phrase, boys don't cry, in daily life. You see the stereotypes, you see fathers telling their kids not to cry. There is a moment right now, I think in a lot of cultures, people are kind of shifting that and they're like, actually, boys do cry. And when boys learn to be in touch with their emotions, they grow up to be better men. They're less kind of heartless. They're more in touch with those around them. They're more able to raise families, be a good partner, be a good friend, whatever the case may be. By letting your emotions out, by being in touch with your emotions, you can be a better person, a better performer in this case. So I think that message will resonate across cultures. Before we go any further, let's review the SemiFinal Allocation. Switzerland is competing in SemiFinal 1. They've been drawn into the first half. They'll be singing alongside Albania, Latvia, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Moldova, Ukraine, Lithuania, and the Netherlands. And then in the second half, you have Norway, and then Portugal, Denmark, Armenia, Austria, Croatia, Iceland, and Greece. Just for the record, Russia was competing in this semifinal, but that was before they were kicked out over the invasion of Ukraine. So that means this semifinal will have one less act. That means instead of 18 countries competing for 10 spots, we have 17 countries competing to make the final. The beloved HOD Reto, he left his role after the last Eurovision Song Contest, and so there is a new man in charge. Shout out to Eve, shout out YVES, and I think this is a wonderful debut for him. This is classy. Once again, Switzerland stuck with this formula that's been really successful for it. Internal selection, 100 TV viewers on one panel, then an international jury of 20 people, bringing them together, boom. This is quality. This is quality. You know what? Switzerland has so many good brands. Nestle, UBS, Credit Suisse, Swisscom. Oh my goodness. I remember for years, the Swiss Hotel in Atlanta, that was the place. Luxury watches, Patek Philippe. I meant Patek Philippe, Rolex. Let's add SRFESC. Okay, because once again, the Swiss broadcaster is giving us qualité. And actually, let's focus on the Rolex and the Patek Philippe, because it's like qualité, luxury, like, oh my goodness.
Marius Bear. I love bear. It's a good suffix, isn't it? Pocket bear, daddy bear, muscle bear. You know what? I'm a part of that community, Marius Bear. I'm a part of your community. And what is your mood board saying on Pinterest? Don't tell me you're not on Pinterest, because Wiwibloggs is on Pinterest and we need you to check us out.
Devin, we are not on Pinterest, but if we were, our mood board would be very emotional. There would be teddy bears, there would be teddy bear tears, there would be a big bear Marius extending a hand to help you sign up for Pinterest. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Will Switzerland sail through semifinal 1 and make the grand final of Eurovision? Do you think this is a potential winner? Is it a stealth threat? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs. And we'll see you later. Bye!